his children, Zach 21, Cassie 18, and El Toro is 11. Animals, Milo. He loves to hunt and fish. Activities of interest, learning to play golf, and he coaches a youth wrestling team. He lives in Knoxville for the past 14 years. His burning desire is to leave a mark, and I don't think he actually means leave a mark on you when he's adjusting you. Something that no one knows about me, this is the most difficult and important presentation I've ever given. My key to success: love, gratitude, and certainty of presence. Dr. Jason Smith.
All right, thank you guys. So, this is going to be a good one. Answers to life. This is my BNI extravaganza here. So, trying to do kind of more difficult questions, not easy questions like, why do skunks do so well in the woods? That's easy, it's because they're instincts.
They're instincts.
Yeah, it's stinky.
Tougher questions to life. This is my dad, about 33 years ago. And you may think, it just looks like a pissed off guy, right? Well, to me, that's the spirit and the fire and the passion of my dad. That's the way I think of my dad when I was a kid. And if you wonder what he's yelling at, he was yelling at his 10-year-old son in a wrestling tournament.
Which one?
And so I'm the one on the left. I'm on the top of the podium. So that was what the fire and the passion was about. This is Mom and Dad last year. If you notice my dad's right leg, it's twice as large as his left. He has what's called a sarcoma. It's a soft tissue tumor. It's behind his knee. It's spread to his liver and it's in his lungs. At the time of this picture, he's gone through who knows how many things of chemo. They've almost killed him twice. They, from the PICC line, got infected, created a systemic staph infection, settled in his spine, and so their cure to that was to go in and remove the disc and fuse his spine to get rid of the infection. This is my mom, type 2 diabetic, typical type 2 diabetic build. And it hit me looking at this picture. If I don't change my life, if I don't change the way I eat, move, and think, that's my future. But not only that, I'm there sooner than they are because they didn't grow up eating the crap and the processed foods and all the junk that you and I eat. And so that's my future, but I get there sooner, and not only that, my kids get there quicker than I do. But then I looked at the research. 7 out of 10 deaths each year from chronic disease, heart disease, cancer, and stroke. That's all lifestyle. It's all suicide by lifestyle for 70% of us. It's how we eat, move, and think. 1 out of 2 adults has at least one chronic illness. That means many have more. 1 in 3 is obese. 1/4 of the people have activities that are limited every day from chronic conditions. 19 million people with arthritis and diabetes, which again, lifestyle stuff, is what causes the most problems. And so it hit me, you know what? It's not just my future, it's your future too, if you don't change. So these are the answers that I've been looking for. And so it's kind of like this. If you look at our genetic makeup, we're pretty much destined, our genes were designed to be here for about 120 years. So it's like we're the little kid floating in the pool and we got our floaties on, right? And our floaties, though, just have a really small leak. And so the floaties are designed to hold us up about 120 years. It's a real small leak. But we're wearing a backpack, right? We got a backpack on, and everything that stresses our lives, it's like we're putting rocks in our backpack. So what happens when we put rocks in our backpack? Well, it makes us heavier, We sink down a little bit more. It increases the pressure on those floaties and the air comes out a little bit faster, right? We don't get our 120 years. And in fact, then we're starting to struggle more to keep our nose above water. So, what are the rocks in the backpack? Well, you know what they are. High fructose corn syrup, processed foods, junk food, Coke, sodas, fast food. They're all rocks in your backpack. Fear, anxiety, anger, hatred, lack of self-esteem. It's all rocks in your backpack. Sedentary lifestyles, traumas, accidents, falls. It's all rocks in your backpack. And when your spine and your joints don't move properly, it's all rocks in your backpack. One thing that I know without a shadow of a doubt, this isn't my opinion, this isn't my beliefs, this isn't my thoughts, this isn't my personal experience. What science, what research shows. Alright? Here's what happens when your joints don't move well. Okay? When joints don't move right, it leads to degeneration. When there's degeneration, it creates inflammation. When you have inflammation to the joints, it sends stress signals to the brain. When your brain receives stress signals, it responds by releasing stress hormones. When it releases stress hormones, that increases your physiology. That's your fight or flight response. And if you don't do something to lower that, it's rocks in your backpack. Okay? So does misalignments in your spine cause cancer and all these other things? No more than anger or hatred or a sedentary lifestyle do. But when we can correct the spine and we can have things moving properly, we're taking rocks out of the backpack. We're lightening the load so that you can experience and express life at 100%. That's the science behind it. If anybody tells you chiropractic's not scientific and there's no research behind it, they're either deliberately lying to you or they're just misled based on misinformation or dogmatic bias. That's the science. There's no other facts other than that. That's not my opinion, again. Treatment of symptoms alone is not logical. Focus of healthcare should be on finding and addressing the cause of the disease and illness and removing those interference. Basically, removing the rocks from the backpack. And that's what we do. So it's not so much the answers to life, but it's the answers for life. I found them. I know what health is about. I know how to get there. And if you'll let me, I'll lead you there. That's what I do. That's what I'm all about. So the opportunity I have for you guys, if you have not been to my office, if you haven't done a one-on-one with me, grab a referral slip, put your name on it, put a day that's best for you and a time that's best for you, and put your phone number on there. I'll have my office call you. We'll set up a time. I'll do a full consultation exam and x-rays. We'll show you everything that we found and let you know what it would take if we can help at all. You'll learn what I do. Again, there's no cost or no obligation. I don't care if you start care with me or not. My job as a doctor is to teach. And if I can teach you how to get rocks out of your backpack, if I can do one little thing to help you with that, it's worth it to me. Plus, that way you'll know what I do and you can tell others what I do. That's normally a $225 visit. All you got to do is just put your name on the paper and we'll give you a call. So this is my dad. And I love my dad. But I don't want to live like that. And I certainly don't want to die like that. And I don't want you guys to live or die like that either. Do you?
Okay, somebody top that presentation.
And don't ask me to top it, because this has worn me out.
Where's the funny commercial?
Go back to the
Yeah.
I sure wish Dr. J